Hello everybody, this is Joe, owner of Maguire's Pub, and I'm here today at Maguire's Pub. Came up to handle a couple of things and check on the place, make sure everything's in order. I got something on my front door a couple of days ago that I wanted to talk about with you guys today and see if anybody had any idea what I'm supposed to do, because right now I'm at a loss. I have no idea. So I got a 15-day pay rent or quit notice from my landlord. Now, my landlord is selling the building, so I have to assume that this pay rent or quit, which would then start eviction proceedings, is kind of insurance policy on his part to not only recoup some of the back rent that I haven't been able to pay since being closed, but also if a new buyer of the building wants to have my space vacated, this starts the process and allows the new buyer to have confidence that they can buy this building and I won't be in it. So it puts me in a little bit of a bind as far as my rights go and what I can do to fight it. So I got kind of a whole big pamphlet of information. A lot of it has to do with COVID and what the rights are. You know, there's a moratorium on evictions right now, but there's a lot of information on what I can do and what I should do. So I kind of wanted to go over that with you guys. First of all, there's an accounting of my back rent. Now, rent on the property here was $7,000, a little over $7,000. So as of right now, we owe over $60,000 in back rent, and that's just going to keep accumulating in December and January. I figured out by the end of this, the entire bill would be over $75,000 by January 31st, which is a very important date according to these documents. So I'm going to have to owe $75,000 by January 31st. I can't open my business. We are closed. Outdoor dining here in Sonoma County is still technically open, but it looks like it's going to be closed soon, and there's not enough money to be made where in my location to sustain even the skeleton crew of employees to be open for just outdoor dining. If you ask anybody in the restaurant industry right now, the business levels aren't nearly what they were, of course, but not where they thought they were, or even where they were 6 months ago when the weather was better. So it's been a tough ride here in Sonoma County. So we can't open financially, we cannot open unless we have indoor dining. So we have been closed since St. Patrick's Day. They told us the night before that indoor dining was going to be closed, and as an Irish pub, we had to buy a lot of stuff for St. Patrick's Day. We had to buy corned beef, and it takes 2 weeks to prepare everything. So, luckily we were open to go that day, and we sold a lot of to go, and then we closed, and we were closed for 100 days. Sonoma County allowed indoor dining again. We got a PPP loan, and we opened up again. And 3 weeks later, Sonoma County shut indoor dining once again, and it hasn't been open since. So I haven't been able to make the rent payments to my landlord, and therefore we got the eviction notice. So what can I do? Well, according to this paperwork, I can fill out a form for my landlord that says obviously the business is COVID affected, and in doing that, there's a pause from March until September, and then starting in September, you're supposed to pay 25% of your monthly rent by January 31st, or else you can start eviction proceedings. So I figured out that would be about $9,000 for me that I would have to come up with by January 31st to just be able to be here in February. And with the current stay-at-home order here in the Bay Area, it looks like that outdoor dining might not be around January 31st, let alone indoor dining. So it also says that, I have, I'm going to eventually have to pay my landlord this. And my question is, how can I do that? I followed the law. I did everything I was supposed to do. I closed the business. I believe in the virus. I believe in the scientists. And I think that, we have to take some necessary steps in order to protect the public. But then, who's going to, what steps are they going to take to protect small business owners like myself? And before you get on my landlord, he's just a guy too. I mean, he's a family man. He's a businessman. He and I have known each other for the 8.5 years that I've been, leasing this premises. Like, he's a nice guy. He's got a couple of restaurants of his own, which probably aren't doing very well. So, this is his income as well, and he can't just float it. He can't just not have anybody pay rent or income until the politicians figure out how to help small business owners. Because I'm looking at this going, I fire sale everything and I got to get out of business. There's just nothing. There's nothing in here where I'm like, okay, if I can raise $9,000, I can buy myself February 1st, but then February 1st, I got to come up with another $2,000, and the back rent is still accruing. So where's the relief there? It's not like I expect my landlord just to be like, well, we took a year off. He's got his own bills. He's got his own financial well-being, and he's a small business owner himself. So, we're Main Street USA here in Petaluma. McDonald's used our building in a commercial, glorifying and exemplifying Main Street. This is where we are. And my landlord is a small business owner. I don't blame him for serving me these papers. I don't, I haven't paid him more than half a month's rent since St. Patrick's Day. So, he's within his rights to do this, and I just don't know what I can do. I don't know. We got a PPP loan, which, is theoretically awesome, but it's only forgiven if you can pay back, the X amount of dollars in payroll. And we were open for 3 weeks. So we literally didn't have enough man hours to make that payroll number. So now that's a loan. I mean, it turns into a 1% loan if you don't use it for payroll. So that's a loan that's got to be paid back. It's another 20 grand on my back. So it's like, you look at all this, all these competing figures and everything in front of you, and it's just like, what can you do? I've owned this business for 8.5 years. I put my life savings into it when we first bought it. My mom and I are the owners. She put a lot of money that she had into it. We paid off a lot. We took out a loan and paid it off running the bar as well. I mean, we made it through some thin years here in Petaluma, and we were happy to be here, and I'm just confused. I don't know what anybody wants me to do. By all accounts, we ran a successful business for over 8 years, and now we're faced with this unprecedented shutdowns, and we're complying because that's the right thing to do. But if there's no reciprocity from somebody, from the federal government, from the state government, from the local government, I don't know how anybody is going to be able to make it through this. If everybody's got to pay the back rent, and we were forced to close for 10 months. How do you do that on margins that are razor thin in the restaurant industry? And I'm proud that we made it this far. I'm proud of everybody that's ever worked for me. My staff has been just amazing, and all of them have had to go find new jobs and pursue new dreams. And it's with very little help. They got unemployment for a little bit, and now they're on their own. So I know the Dow's over 30,000 right now, and that's great for the Dow. But, my money's not in the Dow. My money's in a local business that employs local people, that during fire season feeds evacuees for free and doesn't ask anything for it and doesn't promote that other than some thank you notes that we had on the wall. And, now we're sitting here on the brink of having to get out. And it's a hard pill to swallow, and it's a hard situation, And like I said, I believe in the virus. I believe in these measures are necessary in order for public health, for public safety, for defense, But eventually, hopefully, this is going to end. And if we don't do something now, there's not going to be a whole lot of people on the other side. So if anybody has any ideas as to how to figure this out, let me know. Comment, message, I don't care. yeah, hope all's well. You guys have a safe and happy holiday season, and try to enjoy what's left of 2020, and hopefully 2021's a better year for everybody. We miss you guys here at the pub, and thank you.